Hi friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com, and today's video will be brief for those of you who prefer brief videos. It's in response to a comment one of my viewers made regarding the lover card, or the lover's card, of the 1600s Anonymous Tarot of Paris. She suggested that there might be a fourth individual in addition to Eros or Cupid and the two individual lovers, beyond the shoulder of one of the lovers. And, I want to take another look at it. So I'm going to pull two decks, the lover's card from two decks of the Anonymous Tarot of Paris. This one, I believe, is the first publication of the Anonymous Tarot of Paris since it was originally published in the 1600s or the 17th century. This one was edited or published by Dimanche, I guess for the Grimaud publishing house. I'm not sure if it's still in publication. It may be not. It may be out of print. And the second one is a much more recent publication put out by the International Museum of Tarot, and I believe it's in Milan. And usually when I look at the Anonymous Tarot of Paris, I always pull both decks because this is the facsimile, which is always good to have, right? But this one is a restoration and perhaps bringing more clarity to some of the individual cards, which in the Anonymous Tarot of Paris can be very jumbled. It can be a little bit on the confusing side. So that's why I usually, whenever I pull out the Anonymous Tarot of Paris, I pull out both decks. Okay, so let me flip the cards. The camera. Okay, so here are both of the cards. The smaller one being the publication by Grimaud and Dimanche, and the larger one being from the International Museum of Tarot. Now, before I even start talking about what it looks like to me, I do want to mention that in this particular book, the publication which came from the International Museum of Tarot, when they discuss the lover's card, they don't discuss whatever it is that's behind the shoulder of either of these individuals. So that it's not discussed. Okay, now, if we look at this one, which seems to be a better, more clarifying than the smaller card, but we'll look at both. It seems that if we're talking about the male lover, somebody looking over his shoulder, it seems that this is either an extension of the woman's hand, like her arm is up and over his shoulder, right? Because it is the same color as her flesh. Or it could be, an extension of his hair that wasn't colored in. This could be an additional feather or something coming out of his hat. Or, again, it could be the extension of whatever it is that appears over here. Now, my first inclination is to believe that this is a chair back because she's obviously sitting as he is. So she's sitting on something. But then this is a peculiar chair back. This definitely looks like the curve of a chair, and that looks like it could be the back of it. But this is an unusual thing on a chair right here. Also, we see the number 4. Now let's look at the facsimile deck. Again, it either looks like an extension of her hand, her hand going around his shoulder, or his hair. And this does also look to be a chair back or an extension of whatever this is. But again, what is this thing on the chair? That is kind of strange, isn't it? But I don't think either card, I don't think that in either card does it appear as though there's another individual in the picture. I think it's just the lovers and Eros or Cupid. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting. And as always, peace and stay well, friends.